Rwanda, a small nation in the heart of Africa, known for its stunning beauty and rolling hills. But in 1994, this picturesque land became synonymous with horror. Over a span of just 100 days, an estimated 800,000 people were brutally murdered. The Rwandan Genocide remains one of the darkest chapters in human history. It is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of hatred and indifference. The genocide was a calculated extermination of the Tutsi population by Hutu extremists. Fueled by decades of ethnic tensions and political manipulation, the violence spread like wildfire. Neighbors turned on neighbors, friends betrayed friends, and even families were torn apart. The world watched in horror as the death toll mounted, yet little was done to stop the slaughter. Amidst the darkness, there were also stories of extraordinary courage and resilience. Survivors emerged from the ashes determined to rebuild their lives and their nation. The Rwandan Genocide is a harrowing tale of human cruelty, but it is also a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who survived. To understand the Rwandan Genocide, we must delve into the country's complex history. Rwanda, like many African nations, bears the deep scars of colonialism. For centuries, the Rwandan people had lived in relative peace, their society structured around a system of monarchy and shared power. But the arrival of European colonists in the late 19th century would forever alter the fabric of Rwandan society. In 1884, Germany claimed Rwanda as part of German East Africa. However, it was under Belgian rule, which began after World War I, that the seeds of ethnic division were truly sown. The Belgians, seeking to solidify their control, implemented a system of racial classification. They favored the Tutsi minority, whom they perceived as racially superior due to their physical characteristics and economic status. The Tutsis were granted privileges and positions of power, while the Hutus were relegated to a position of subservience. This policy of divide and rule had devastating consequences, solidifying ethnic divisions that had previously been more fluid. Resentment and mistrust festered between the two groups, creating a climate ripe for exploitation. The years leading up to the 1994 genocide saw a steady escalation of ethnic tensions and violence in Rwanda. The Hutu government, fueled by extremist ideology, implemented discriminatory policies that marginalized the Tutsi population. Hate propaganda, spread through radio and newspapers, became increasingly virulent. The Tutsis were demonized as a dangerous other, accused of plotting to overthrow the government and enslave the Hutu people. This campaign of fear and division was highly effective. Years of systematic indoctrination created a climate of suspicion and distrust, poisoning the minds of many Hutus. Extremist militias, armed and trained by the government, began to terrorize Tutsi communities. Killings, disappearances, and other human rights abuses became commonplace, yet the international community largely ignored the warning signs, failing to recognize the looming catastrophe. Radio stations controlled by Hutu extremists broadcast venomous messages that incited hatred and violence against Tutsis. One such station, Radio Television Libre des Mille Collines, became notorious for its inflammatory broadcasts. The Rwandan government, under President Juvénal Habyarimana, bears significant responsibility for creating the conditions that made the genocide possible. On April 6, 1994, tensions in Rwanda exploded into violence. A plane carrying President Habyarimana and President Interahamwe was shot down. All aboard were killed instantly. The crash's cause remains a mystery, with conflicting accounts. The downing of the plane served as the catalyst for the genocide. Hutu extremists seized control, accusing the RPF and unleashing violence. For 100 days, from April to July 1994, Rwanda descended into a nightmare. The killing was relentless, spreading like a virus across the country. The world watched in horror as images of the slaughter flickered across television screens. Bodies piled up in the streets, dumped in rivers, and left to rot in mass graves. The stench of death hung heavy in the air. An estimated 800,000 people were murdered, the vast majority of them Tutsis. The killers showed no mercy, slaughtering men, women, and children with equal brutality. Pregnant women were disemboweled, babies were tossed into rivers or hacked to death, and children were forced to watch their parents murdered before being killed themselves. The international community's response to the genocide was woefully inadequate. The UN Security Council refused to authorize an intervention, instead choosing to withdraw most of its peacekeepers. As the Rwandan genocide unfolded, the world stood by, largely silent and inactive. The international community, aware of the atrocities, failed to take meaningful action. The United Nations bears significant blame for the world's failure to intervene. The United States, under the Clinton administration, has been widely criticized for its role. The world's failure to act in Rwanda serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of indifference. In the aftermath of the genocide, Rwanda faced the daunting task of rebuilding a shattered nation. The physical and emotional scars of the genocide ran deep. Hundreds of thousands of survivors were left traumatized, many orphaned or separated from their families. The country's infrastructure lay in ruins, its economy in shambles. The Rwandan government, led by President Paul Kagame since 2000, has made remarkable progress in rebuilding the country and promoting reconciliation. Rwanda has achieved impressive economic growth and made significant strides in areas such as healthcare and education. The government has also implemented innovative programs aimed at fostering unity and reconciliation between Hutus and Tutsis. One of the most significant challenges facing post-genocide Rwanda was the issue of justice and accountability. With hundreds of thousands of perpetrators, bringing all those responsible to justice through traditional court systems was impossible. To address this challenge, Rwanda established a system of community-based courts known as Gakaka. Despite the unimaginable horrors they endured, the Rwandan people have shown remarkable resilience and determination in rebuilding their lives and their nation. In the years since the genocide, Rwanda has undergone a profound transformation, emerging as a beacon of hope and progress in a region often plagued by conflict and instability. One of the most striking aspects of Rwanda's recovery has been its economic resurgence. The Rwandan government, implementing prudent economic policies and attracting foreign investment, has overseen an impressive period of economic growth. Rwanda has made significant progress in reducing poverty, improving healthcare, and expanding access to education. Central to Rwanda's post-genocide recovery has been its focus on unity and reconciliation. The government has implemented a range of programs aimed at fostering dialogue, promoting forgiveness, and rebuilding trust between Hutus and Tutsis. These efforts, while challenging and ongoing, have contributed to a significant decline in ethnic tensions. Rwanda has also made remarkable strides in empowering women and promoting gender equality. Today, Rwanda boasts one of the highest proportions of women in parliament globally, reflecting the country's commitment to female leadership and empowerment. The Rwandan Genocide, a horrifying chapter in human history, serves as a chilling testament to the devastating consequences of hatred, indifference, and the failure to act. Yet, amidst the darkness, there is also hope. The Rwandan people, demonstrating remarkable resilience and determination, have rebuilt their shattered nation from the ashes of genocide. Rwanda's journey towards healing and reconciliation offers valuable lessons for the world, reminding us of the importance of unity, forgiveness, and the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most unimaginable adversity. The Rwandan genocide serves as a stark warning to the international community, a reminder that the promise of never again must be more than just words. We must learn from the mistakes of the past and work tirelessly to prevent future atrocities. This requires a steadfast commitment to upholding human rights, promoting tolerance and understanding, and standing up against hatred and discrimination in all its forms. The legacy of the Rwandan genocide is not just one of loss and suffering, but also one of resilience, hope, and the enduring belief in the possibility of a better future.